Welcome to the Puff and Run podcast show, your number one source for news and information about marijuana and running, the latest updates on the 420 cross country team, and races around the nation, and behind the scene details on the Puff and Run TV web series production schedule. Bringing you all and more, here's your host, the Vegas 420 runner.
It's the Puff and Run podcast back in your life. We're back with some more local news.
Local news, baby.
We're going to hit the local news, and then we're going to go to the 420 cross country, and then you're going to get the full all-on-out update on Run to Improve.
Yep, we be doing it.
So, well, first, locally, tonight, actually, we just came here to the studio from an event, Market Trends in Marijuana, Money and Marijuana. We were there, and they were talking about a lot of different things. It was a very informational event. A lot of it had to do with compliance and self-regulations, yes, talking about the importance of that, why businesses in this industry might decide to self-regulate themselves just to prevent other things from happening.
From what I got out of it, man, and I'm not in that industry, is basically you guys, if you want to be one of these business owners that's in this industry, you gotta be on top of your game. You gotta make sure if they're gonna ask you, hey, I need your taxes for 2018-19, you're gonna give them 2019-20. You're gonna try to be on top of it. So that way, where's it? Here it is. Before they even ask you, you already have it. That's what I got out of it. That you gotta be on top of it, cross your T's, dot your I's, and make sure that you're up to date with all the paperwork, all the codes. You know your rights, basically, because they're gonna switch it on you every time.
Now, exactly. So now, one of the main suggestions that I feel like they were promoting this evening is to hire professionals to help you with those compliance,
correct,
regulations and all that stuff that you're talking about, because you, as ex-business owner, of Business X, you don't know all
the ins and outs.
Yeah, so hiring professionals when it comes to, compliance, state compliance, and when it comes to accounting and taxes or whatever, to use professionals that know what they're doing and stuff like that. And yeah. So.
Yeah, because basically, if it's home done, they're gonna come in to look at you with a fine comb.
Yeah.
But if you have everything done by a professional, or it's done professionally, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And just think of it like it's basically the way I see it, once you own a dispensary, it's like you own a school, because every year it's gonna change. Every year is gonna change. No matter, it may be marijuana, but it's still gonna change, because. That's how I predict it. It's never gonna stay one thing. They're always gonna try to manipulate it, because it's always gonna be beneficial, because the money's there, plain and simple. So they're gonna use it in their own way, because they're saying, hey, I'm giving you this right to use it. So I guess what? I can manipulate it the way I want to make it my benefit.
Ooh, yeah, very good point, man.
So just be ready for that. Just be on top of it. Just, like I said, know your knowledge. Knowledge is power in this case. And if you own it, it's your university. You want to be on top of it, learn, keep up with it, or I would say, for the businesses, have a special department that handles this, that handles all this information for you. So that way, at the end, they just give you a summary report of, this is what's happening in the industry this month. This is what happened. So that way, each owner is up to date. That's some gems.
Nice, man. Nice. Blessing the industry with them gems, man. I like it. Sweet. Yeah, so the event, it was a great event. They had some little hors d'oeuvres. They had some delicious lemonade.
Yeah, I tried a beef Wellington.
Oh, how was that?
That was actually yummy.
Okay.
I never tried that. I was like, I even took a picture of it. I'll send it to you so you can share it with the viewers.
All right, sounds good. I had the vegetable egg roll and the crab cake.
Mustaches, like the Monopoly guy. Hello, sir. I did try their egg rolls.
Yeah, the vegetable egg roll. Yeah, that was delicious.
How was that? The seafood.
Yeah, I had the crab cake too.
Crab cake. How
Yeah,
was
it's
that?
pretty good. It's pretty
That's
good.
really
It kind of messes up the breath a little bit. But
Yeah, you're like, I can just picture it. You're like, and then you're trying to talk to this girl. Hi, how you doing? She's like, damn, what you been eating or who you been eating?
oh gosh. All right.
It's an adult joke. Come on, you guys can handle it. Come on.
Okay, 21 and up. The show. If you're under the age of 21, ask
You did not hear that.
go ask your parents if you could listen to this show. Seek parental permission to listen to this show. Okay.
And we want to send it in via email so that we have it on record.
Yeah. The event was a big success.
Oh, it was awesome. I enjoyed it. If anything, big shout outs to Krista, right?
Krista. Shout out to Krista. She put that together. Social media unicorn.
Marvelous.
There's some unicorns on the podium. A unicorn.
Media unicorn?
Yeah, so you can look that up. That's the
definitely
social
gonna look
media name, social media unicorn. And that's why she had the unicorn on the podium and the unicorn right when we gave our emails.
Gotcha.
There's a unicorn there. Yeah, so the
Unicorn.
the brand is social
She
media
might be
unicorn.
a Capricorn. You know, the unicorn? I'm just taking a guess.
Who knows?
Yeah, awesome event. Well planned. Great location.
Yeah.
Photographers there. Video camera. I believe they were filming for Facebook, right?
Yeah, there's Facebook Live.
Yep.
It came there. Facebook Live, the video came out. So you guys go check it out. I'm sure Social Media Unicorns is probably on their page. And Facebook Live video.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. I can't wait to mingle with them again. Thank you for inviting me out there, man.
Yep. And shout out to Marilyn. She gave us a ride afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, so she handled that. And we really appreciate that. And everybody else who was out there that came out there's some very good questions from the audience.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
now moving on to the local news.
Oh, and actually, before anything, if you wanted to hear, maybe snip those questions, I do have audio of that.
Okay.
So
Good.
So I have that, at least the last 30 minutes of it.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So yeah, we're gonna get you guys pointed in the right direction with that. Now, as far as local news, we're getting to the marijuana local news. That's what this segment is about. You know, the second segment today is local news. The ban on cannabis advertising and possession at McCarran Airport here in Las Vegas. Now there's a ban on it. There's a ban on it now.
So no more airport escapades.
It came out in the news. Now they're saying that they're going to put up 20 amnesty boxes.
Amnesty box.
That means like when you get to the airport, you got your cannabis, you can put it there before you go through security.
Oh, okay.
To kind of like not trash it, but I guess I don't know if they're gonna recycle it or what, or maybe it's trash or what. It's something different. So an amnesty box. So you just put it in there and then you go to security. Okay.
Do you get it back?
You don't get it back, no.
So if you just need to dispose of it, you know, if you got pounds and you don't want them, just take them there and put them in the amnesty box.
So basically, I mean, I heard about this before. I heard about it from Denver.
What's the point of that?
I mean, maybe they recycle it. Maybe they give it to some homeless people or something. I don't know.
They give it to themselves.
So, but anyways, while I was in the Denver airport, I was looking for these amnesty boxes, but I couldn't find them. I mean, I looked, I gave a really good look by, you know, I didn't ask anybody at the information booth,
Right.
but I did look for these boxes. I didn't see them. So yeah, we got amnesty boxes on the way.
Wow.
Okay. There's a ban on airport advertising and possession. Okay, if you bring cannabis onto the airport, you could possibly face some type of misdemeanor charges. Definitely a ticketed fine type of thing.
What about if you smell like it?
No, if you smell like it's gonna be fine. If you smell like it's gonna be fine. You know? But if you possess it, ticket, fine, all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, I still want to post some of these tickets online on my social media.
Yes, I've been waiting.
You know? So it's still coming, guys. This is not gonna deter me. You know, I have to do what I have to do.
It's part of his bucket list.
So you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, so now in regards to the advertising, they are gonna allow the taxi cabs to come through
With the advertising.
With the advertising. They're not going to try to prevent taxi cabs from the advertising.
Right.
Okay? So that is another thing I want you guys to keep in mind, because I am thinking about, different creative ways that people could make money and stuff like that. And I've been kicking around this idea. Well, one, as some of you guys know, I was doing the ride share this summer.
Right.
So I'm talking about paying out the ride share drivers. We spoke about this before. We spoke about this on a previous episode. But paying out the ride share drivers, when you're taking customers to these different dispensaries, and also depending on how you do signage and how many hours you work, how many passengers you get,
right.
how much money
people you're bringing in.
how much money you could get from promoting through signage,
right.
That could just pay for your car itself.
Right.
You're just driving this car for free. All you got to do is, and you're getting extra money. But that's something I'm going to be breaking down in an independent video later on YouTube, breaking it down for all my rideshare drivers. I've been working on this idea for a while.
So check that out. Coming soon.
So yeah, the ban at the airport. Let us know what you guys think about that. I think it's hilarious. There was, I heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, a rumor that in one of the, I think it was, not Spirit, what's the cheap ones? Frontier and Spirit?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, I think it was Spirit. Or one of the lower priced ones, and they're gonna have a cannabis advertising inside of one of the books that goes behind the seat backs of the airplanes.
Oh wow.
And that was one of the things that came into play. I just heard a rumor about that, so I got to go double check that, but that was something that got onto my radar. Also, in Henderson, dispensaries look like pretty soon everything's going to be done with the moratorium. They're going to be having dispensaries opening up in the near future. As some of you know, there has been no dispensaries opening up, as Henderson decided to just kind of postpone things and see how everything played out. Now things seem to be like they're moving forward, so we can expect to see dispensaries popping up in Henderson. Although there is like the one on, isn't there one on like that Gibson, or it's like right there around, I'm talking about Top Notch. I mean, that's what I think about when I think about a dispensary in Henderson. I think about Top Notch. Okay, so guys, look that up and tell me, is that in Henderson or not? I don't know. But anyways, there are going to be a lot more popping up in Henderson. Now, another thing in the news, the distribution squabble. Okay, we talked about this in the previous,
right,
the liquor distributors, the judge is going to say put the hold on it, then they're trying to do this, the recreational, the medical distributors want to do the recreational, the license, and the liquor, the taxes, and the blah, 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 blah. That whole tiff is still going on,
So no updates.
There's a bunch of articles on the Review Journal, Pot News. There's a bunch of articles going back and forth. Then they did this, then they did that, then they did this. I mean, you guys can go check it out if you want. It's kind of boring to me, but I mean, it's good. That's I guess why they have the shortage, quote unquote. It's not going to be a shortage, or this is getting less and less. Important on my list of things. But I did want to mention it because several articles have came out about that over the past couple weeks. Also, as far as the lounges, okay, if you go to redefinecannabis.com, you can see an article written called No Lounging in Las Vegas.
Right.
Our lounging in Las Vegas just go to Redefine Cannabis blog and you'll see the lounging article. But there's been some new developments now. They're given some kind of permission, saying as long as the city's approved that they can go to some legislative, meeting. They're saying if the city's approved, they don't see any wording preventing lounges from developing. And so now people are starting to think that there might be some lounges coming up. However, shortly thereafter, Governor Sandoval, decided to reiterate the fact that, he still believes, as he said before, when this first conversation first came up, that this is too soon, too fast. We need to take some more time. We don't need to rush it. And so if you guys remember, the first time it was just a big conversation, and then Sandoval said how he felt about it, and then people were like, nah, we ain't even gonna talk about it in the legislative session. They didn't even work on it. And so that there was no vote. It died. The bill died and stuff. So now with this whole conversation sparking back up, now Governor Sandoval says what he says once again, the same stuff. So now we'll see if people are going to go ahead and try to move forward and do this. But this is a real big deal because, as we said, there's no places to medicate and now or consume, and now the state even issued a warning. If you guys go look at the most recent September issue, this is rolling right over into the 420 Cross Country News. If you go look in the recent issue of Vegas Cannabis Magazine, the September issue, and check out, the running article, I think it's page 75, 73, something like that. You can also find that on issueissuu.com. Just type in Vegas Cannabis Magazine, the most recent article, the September 2017 issue, and you can read some more details about, how the state is kind of coming down on some of these MMEs about advertising at cannabis themed events, even at somebody's personal home, or quote unquote like when you rent a mansion or something like this, or you rent a venue or rent out like a home to have a party at. A lot of times places and people rent out homes to have parties at or whatever. So now when you do that and it's a cannabis themed thing, they specifically pointed out stuff like yoga and swimming. And these are events that, we've spoken about on the show in the past, And they also talked about karate and painting as well. You can't do that. And so...
You can't do that?
Yeah, you can't do that either. So now this seems like, it might not seem like such a big deal, but because of these changes, there was some changes with the 420 Cross Country team. We lost a key sponsor. We ended up losing a key sponsor because, the sponsor had reached out to us and said the way the state is coming down right now, they would rather not be on the social media, feature how we're doing a collaborative promotion, showing their brand, showing their logo, giving them props, tagging them in our pictures.
Right.
They said the way that putting them out there. They said the way the state's coming down right now, they don't want to, be on social media like that. So they decided to, ask us to take down some of those with the logo and stuff like that. Remove the logo from some of our material and stuff. And so,
well, if anything, we hope that this gets squared away and they're able to come back.
Yeah, they definitely parted on not parted, but they definitely, it's dormant right now. I mean, they're still friends, right. But it's dormant right now as far as we try to figure this out. So now we're adding options like how you could sponsor the team without being on social media if you prefer not to be tagged, right. And your brand is thrown, on all our photos and stuff.
I guess the best way is take it back to old school and just throw a kick party.
But this is the thing. Even on the old kickback parties, could be an admission at the door. Right. There can't be no admission. If you charge admission, then it's violating these rules and stuff.
What about drinks?
What about it?
Like sodas, buying sodas, food.
I mean, food. I don't know anything about food. I don't know.
So that way it brings some money.
Oh man, yeah.
But yeah.
See, maybe if you're gonna do all that, all you could do is like sell them a ticket. This is for your food.
Right.
You're paying for the party's free.
Right.
But you gotta buy a ticket for your food and drink.
Correct.
See, another way I heard it was like, look, if you pay your ticket, you join a membership for this organization. Now you're a member and it's not open to the public.
Gotcha. Okay, that'd be good.
But I don't know. There's all kind of loopholes. But the point is this: regardless of the loopholes, these MMEs want to be extra cautious right now because they don't want to jeopardize their standing.
Right.
They don't want to risk a citation or having their license revoked. Right. So even though there is a loophole, even though it does seem like there's some kind of simple solutions to it, they don't want to risk it because they got too much skin in the game.
Gotcha.
So that's part of it.
Understandable.
And so but now with this trial that the team faced, because believe me, it was heartbreaking when I got it was a message, so it wasn't on the phone. I was like reading it and I was like, oh, it kind of knocked the wind out of me, you know what I mean, when I heard this, like, oh no, and but to bring it back though in the positive light. When one door closes, another opens. Like I said, go read that article in Vegas Cannabis Magazine. We picked up a new sponsor now.
Nice.
Weekend 702. They identify